Welcome. I am Roger Burnley, and yes, you have a divine plan. Years ago, that's not a term that I would use, but Wilhelm told me to tell you that. But they told me to tell you last year on the 26th of December, after we went through some of our holidays. But your divine plan is who you're supposed to be. Your divine plan is your authentic self and your reason for being in the world. And I know that it's an important reason. I had a challenging life growing up, so I know you may have had some things, difficulties that you've moved through in your life, and you might be looking at the world now and thinking you're having the same thing. And I'm telling you, no, that's not what's happening. You are evolving and you're becoming in the process of becoming the best person you could possibly be because your life plan or your divine plan is that to cause you to become that person. And when you do, it's just a whole different level of living. After moving through years of struggle and depression and illness and all sorts of things throughout my life and feeling like just out of place, like I'm not supposed to be here. Why am I being punished so much? Why is my life so difficult? You may have felt that at different times, and I'll tell you that wasn't what was happening. You were getting ready to become great. Everything that you went through in your life was causing you to do that, to come to that place, and probably right now, because that's why you're needed in the world, is to remember how great you are and to live the life you're supposed to have. You could have been talked out of it. I was. Because see, wasn't something I was supposed to do. I had many different jobs before, and most people knew me as a vocal coach, and I loved doing that because I was really good at it. But I also changed because I knew that I had something that would be far more valuable for others, even though I still love singing and getting others to do that. But having control and direction of your consciousness and your mindset and to know who you are and how to navigate through your life is the most valuable thing you can hold. That's the most valuable thing you could develop, and you have the ability to do it. And I'll prove it to you today because it is Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. And so I put up a message today that is you will become comfortable with your new self. We're always becoming new. That's what we're meant to do. We evolve. But sometimes we resist because it causes us to go into some unknown portion of who we are or in the world, whatever it might be. And I did that as well. I didn't want to own myself. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to be seen. And so when I started receiving Wilhelm, I hid for many, many years. And you'll hear a lot of that in the channeling sessions. Because in the post that's up today, there is a channeling session from 2023 and another one from 2021, and you will hear all the information and everything that is happening in our world, and so that you understand what's happening in your life. Now, most of it I don't remember. We live in different levels of consciousness. We have different levels of consciousness, and you're not going to expect yourself to exist in a level of consciousness or a particular consciousness as someone else. It has to be yours. And you will hear in that session where Wilhelm gave us one message they want us to understand: your story. Your story is unique and valuable. Well, I couldn't accept my uniqueness for the longest time. That was the biggest challenge. And this is exactly what kept me sick. It kept me moving through things because I couldn't accept who I was. But then that became purposeful for you because it made me figure it out. It made me write it all down and move through it and then prove it by healing. Now, everyone's not going to do that. Everyone's not going to heal. Everyone's not going to have the kind of result that I had with this. But I do know one thing. You will change your perspective. You will change how you see yourself and how you see the world. That's what happens. This turned into, I've done this for 36 years, and then it was revealed that for 17 of those years, from 2008 until now, I was receiving a quantum philosophy, meaning I was accessing information, universal consciousness, ancient wisdom that I resisted and doubted that it was even happening. But that's exactly what it is. And now I've put together a document where you can read it for yourself. And it is something that's not been done in history, in human history, so no one has seen it. So I understand why people doubt it, even though I lived it. And you will hear other people who have done it as well, and they only did a small portion. That's what I'm giving people right now to move into this. And you'll hear what happened for these other people. It just completely changed their lives. Now, I can talk about it because I'm 75 years old, and you will hear all the things in there that I've moved through and that are healed and I came to understand, but it came through this work. It wasn't me because I didn't know it. That's the other thing that I've had to come to acknowledge. There's a greater intelligence that connects to all of us, and I tapped into it. And as you read through the messages, you will see that. You will see that it follows a trajectory, just like your life does. And as you keep following your trajectory, that's when you come to this higher state of awareness and consciousness where you love yourself, where you are doing the career that you're supposed to have, where you're having that vocation, where you're having the relationship that you deserve. All of those things come from you accepting your authentic self. Because when you come to understand, everything is energy. When you were born, your DNA was an energetic code. And so if you were to follow that and keep going with it, you would have this great life. Now, you don't do it overnight, though. It took me a lot of years. But you'll also hear that now I collapse time for you. You don't have to go through as much as I did. That's what we all do, what we're meant to do. And even though I brought something that no one has ever done before, that was difficult for me to accept and many other people. But now I have to give it to humankind because that's what this is for. And you can see there's several, there's an offer available now. I want you to look at that. But then after that, it goes back to the original, the rate that it was before, and it should have been so much more. People kept telling me that. You'll hear that as well. But I said, no, I want more people to do it. But everyone's not going to. And I will say things that people think it's harsh, but I have to say it because I know it, because I've lived it. And the only reason you're not happy and successful is because you don't want to be. That's all. That's it. Because if you were to accept yourself, you would be there. I couldn't accept this, but that's what I'm doing now. Because it's been shown how vital it is right now in our world and how vital you are. But I'll leave you with all of this because now you'll understand it. And then the message for tomorrow that they gave us last year was the Christmas gift you want, the Christmas or holiday gift that you wanted to receive. Because they make a point of saying this is about every single person. It has nothing to do with religion or anything like that. It's about your consciousness and who you came to the world to be. And you'll see all of that in the information. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if it's your first time and share. Enjoy the documents. Please share them with others because I want more of this information to come about. And I will be presenting this to millions of people on December 29th. The person who hid forever is now taking it big because that's what I want you to do, is to own who you are and why you're in this world. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.